Okay, so I got a mail day here from Richard in Minnesota. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we got a couple packs of 81 Donruss. Got this off eBay for like a couple bucks. What can I say about 81 Donruss? As you all know, it's the first year that Donruss issued cards. Basically what happened was Fleer had been fighting Topps in the courts to issue baseball cards throughout the 1970s, and finally in 1978 they won and won the right to get a Major League Baseball license to issue cards and break up the Topps monopoly. And Donruss also applied for a Major League Baseball license and got one. And so in 1981, Fleer and Donruss both put out baseball card sets. And also, as you can see on the wrapper here, Donruss and Fleer also included bubblegum in the packs, much to the chagrin of Topps, which countersued. And in 1982, Donruss and Fleer were forced to put something other than gum in the packs. Donruss put puzzle pieces in, and Fleer put logo stickers in. 81 Donruss set is a real rush job. The quality control is pretty horrible. The photography is pretty bad. The overall quality of the set's really bad. About the only thing remotely intriguing about it is it's their first Major League Baseball product, and for that it's sort of interesting. As far as the checklist goes, it's a 605 card set, which is kind of weird. The sheets had 121 cards a piece on them, which is kind of awkward. A really low grade stock. The production it's way overproduced. Partly because Donruss never made a baseball set before, so they didn't know how much they were going to sell, what the demand would be. So they just let the presses run so they wouldn't run out. And so they just printed a ton. So they're pretty common. You can still find unopened boxes fairly cheap on these open and show you. Interesting thing too is you got 18 cards in a pack of Donruss that year, which is kind of unusual for a wax pack. Most wax packs at the time had 12 to 15 cards in them, but they were trying to find ways to get kids to buy these instead of Topps, which is kind of interesting. Fleer also did the same thing. They put 17 cards in a pack in 81, and Fleer even went as far as to put 2 extra packs in a wax box as an enticement to retailers to get them to carry Fleer over Topps. And Topps also, that was also part of their countersuit, was they didn't like the fact Donruss and Fleer were putting extra cards. In 82, both Fleer and Donruss had to go to 15 card packs. And here you see the gum. This gum, 27 years old, and it's attached itself to the top card here. I'm going to try to remove it without ruining the card, but it's probably going to be impossible. As you can see, it's completely attached itself. Completely stickiness to it, but couldn't pay me $1 million to eat that. Out of the top card, which is a shame because it's got I'm a sucker for late 70s, early 80s Mariners, and this is one. But the cardstock they used is extremely flimsy. It's extremely thin. It's almost like paperboard. The design is not all that bad, but it's not all that great either. The photography, Donruss didn't have a fleet of baseball photographers like Topps did, so what they did when they found out they were going to be able to produce cards was they recruited as many amateur photographers from the Chicago area, sent them out to some Cubs and White Sox games that summer, try to get as many pictures of the American League and National League as they could. Most of the photos are pose shots, as you can see, either during rain delays, as this one is, as you can see the tarp on the field, or during batting practice. There's very few action shots, although there is some spread out throughout the set. And believe it or not, that worked on this set for Donruss was a young journalist, baseball card enthusiast by the name of Keith Oberman, and he took a lot of the shots at Comiskey Park, I believe, and I think he took one of the photos. This may be a Keith Oberman photo. And one of the pictures he took was of Joe Charbonneau, which of course was the hot rookie of the set when it first came out. So that's one interesting thing about 81 Donruss is a lot of the pictures are actually taken by none other than Keith Overman. The backs don't look all that bad, but they're kind of busy. But there's a load of typos, grammatical errors, and mistakes on the backs. Some of them are corrected, some of them weren't. Because they didn't really have time to proof. The thing is, with the card gloss, on some of the cards it's okay, but on some of them it's like spackled on, and on some of them there's no gloss at all, and it's all part of the bad quality control rushing this set out. For all those reasons, it's kind of an intriguing set because it is the first issue and it's got all kinds of problems with it. As far as the checklist, there is one Nolan Ryan card that's $5. That's actually a decent action photo of him at Wrigley. That's the most valuable card in the set, according to Tough Stuff. There's also a Tim Raines rookie card that's $3. He wasn't in the Flair set at all, and Topps, he was on one of those multiple rookie cards, so it's actually his only true rookie card. And that's worth $3. And then there's a Danny Ainge rookie. All the photos are taken at Chicago, Wrigley Field, or Comiskey Park, as you'll see as we go through here. Anyway, continuing on here with the first pack. The second card is Bill Travers, Mike Sadek. A little rough here with the names because this is kind of before my time. John Casino, Mitchell Page, who I believe was the 77 AL Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was. And as you can see, this card's pretty badly miscut. Willie Aikens, who was named after Willie Mays, I believe. John Tamargo. Here's a card of Don Stanhouse. They didn't have a picture of a player they needed, they just used the press release. Interesting. Darryl Jackson. Now we have a rare combo card from the set, Best Hitters, and it's got George Brett and Rod Carew on it. There you see what the back looks like. John Gorel. Bo Diaz, Terry Crowley, Mike Edwards. Here's another really bad miscut, Roy Smalley. Corner of this card. You can actually see a little black mark that's supposed to indicate where it was actually supposed to be cut. Here's another really bad miscut of Billy Martin. And another really badly cut card of Bobby Brown. Let's see what we got in pack number 2. Oh, wow. Wouldn't you know, Tim Raines rookie right on top, and there's a piece of gum attached to it. Let's see if I can get this off without killing the card. Damn it, why couldn't you have been the second card in the pack? I'm going to try to use this Dick Davis card to get it off without ripping Tim Raines up. Nah, it's not working. I already ripped Tim up. Well, I did the best I could. As you can see, I ripped him up quite a bit. That's a shame too. It's a nice card. It's actually well centered. There it is, Tim Raines rookie. Oh, it's a shame. Here was the second card, Dick Davis. Ah, sweet. At least we got another Juan Benaquez. Here's a Bill Travers with 2 really bad roller marks at the top. And it's also, the one edge is really rough. Mike Sadek. Ron Jackson. Gary Lucas. Dale Barron. That card actually looks like it was taken at Three Rivers, one of the rare National League photos not taken in Wrigley Field. Juan Castino. Cesar Cedeno. There's Don Stanhouse again. Darryl Jackson. Here's that card of George Brett and Rod Carew again. John Gorel. Bo Diaz. We can see the collation's really bad too. Terry Crowley. Mike Edwards. And last card is Jerry Turner. So there you go. 2 packs of 81 Donruss in all its glory.